Hey, Tiger! 2026 will demand every ounce of courage and every bit of mental flexibility that you have got. I'm Pauline Cheng, BaZi and Feng Shui practitioner. In this video, we will break down the Tiger's 2026 auxiliary stars through the lens of the yin and yang, because everything has two sides to the coin, most of them. Right? So my job is to help you see both, so you can use this art to empower, not to disempower. But before we dive headfirst into the chaos of 2026, let's rewind and recap what happened in 2025. Sure, the Tiger had its fair share of headaches in 2025, right? But you also had growth opportunities thanks to the fortune virtue, the prosperity star, and the problem-solving magic of the heavenly virtue. Hopefully, you use this heavenly virtue to clear the deck, because in 2026, you're getting a fresh plate and a brand new load heaped onto it. So let's start with the main star, okay? The 3 harmony, technical bit first. The power of 3 means the Tiger is in alignment with the horse. In plain English, you will likely get first dips on any opportunities the year of the horse will bring. You get a cut or a share of the pie. 3 harmony brings strong alliance energy, perfect for collaborations, joint ventures, mergers, and resource sharing. But here's the catch. 3 harmony doesn't discriminate. It can hand you growth, or it can serve you with a crisis where there is a hidden opportunity inside. Which means that aligning with the right group is very important. You join the right group, boom, you grow. You join the wrong group, whole body full of ants, you may be magnetizing a lot of unnecessary energy draining drama in 2026. So moral of this story, be ruthless about who you hang out with, because we've got the red chamber and the back poking. A red chamber is a negative peach blossom star. Think scandals. Okay, superficial connections, basically relationships that may kind of cost you some form of reputation damage. Back poking, exactly what it sounds like. People talking behind your back, poke, poke, poke. This is known as trolls these days. Okay, at the core, both of these are caused by problematic relationship management, maybe poor boundaries, the wrong collaboration, misplaced trust. So coming right on the heels of the 3 harmony, the message is clear. Be discerning in every relationship, personal, professional, whatever. Okay, so could that be a silver lining? Maybe. The red chamber teaches you discernment the hard way, unfortunately, who to trust and who needs to go on an information diet. And let's be real, peach blossom is still peach blossom. Even the negative kind still boosts likability, but paired with the back poking, that likability can turn into maybe the wrong kind of fame. Okay, especially for those with public-facing careers like influencers, content creators. You might go viral, but for the wrong reason. Now, we've all seen this, right? One controversial post, a flood of angry comments. Okay, most people would avoid it, so do I. But let's be fair, polarizing content is a legitimate growth strategy for those who are strong enough to handle the haters. With the back poking, you certainly can actually get famous, okay? Because people pointing at you, okay? So let's pause for a sec. Now, here's how we're rolling, okay? We are tackling the negative stars first so that you know exactly what risk you're up against. Then we move on to the positives and how to turn the whole thing around to your advantage. You cool with that? Right? So for the Tiger in 2026, red chamber and back poking is heightened risk of reputation loss, okay? Now we meet the star behind that risk. Okay, this is the one. Now, this is Sky Shadow. Sky Warrior. On the shadow side, Sky Warrior heightens the risk of robbery, theft, injury, or losses. And that loss might be money, time, or resources, or even reputation. So it can also signify the presence of recurring problems that just won't go away. So here's where it ties back to the red chamber and backpoking. Sky Warrior can hit your reputation through communication breakdowns. You may have given people the wrong impression, and once that seed is planted, it's hard to control the narrative. But Sky Warrior isn't all bad. On the bright side, it represents freedom, innovation, and breaking norms. In other words, I don't care anymore. Say whatever you want. Okay? It pushes you to think unconventionally, and to do that, well, you need the Sky Warrior's courage. Courage to hold your ground in conflicts, courage to neither feed the trolls nor apologize for a stance that you believe in. Courage to try something different, to switch tactics instead of fighting the same battle over and over again. So how do you use it? Use the Sky Warrior to differentiate your brand. Okay, step where your competitors can't or won't go. Number 2, negotiate from strength. Take a principled stand in high-stakes situation. Number 3, lead through crisis. Channel the courage to guide others through turbulence and therefore building trust in your relationship. Number 4, reframe your reputation. Don't fight the old battles. Tell a new story about yourself that changes the narrative. And number 5, be the disruptor. Launch something that challenges outdated industry norms. But why do you need to be so on the ball in 2026? The Tiger's 2026 energy is further destabilized by the presence of the Great Shah and the Earth Shah. I can hear you now. Ayo, so many. Okay, so hang in there. Solutions are coming, but first we unpack these two, okay? So the bottom line, okay, both Great Shah and the Earth Shah represent challenges and setbacks, just in slightly different forms. Okay, this is like make or break energy. So let's start with the Great Shah, okay? Among other things, it signals heightened risk, accidents, injuries, health issues, even litigation. It also represents a deviation from your plans caused by petty people, other people intervening, throwing up roadblocks, derailing your progress. And here's the kicker, okay, this version of the Great Shah is made more likely by the 3 harmony. The same alliances that can boost you can also hand you operational bottlenecks, sabotage, and interference that devalues your plan. Really got to be careful who you ally with. Earth Shah, on the other hand, points to setbacks, hiccups, or obstacles in your projects or plans. These are bureaucratic hurdles, limitations from maybe outdated workflows, or in the worst case scenario, business challenges triggered by unexpected natural disasters, which begs the question, why you keep all your eggs in one basket? With both of these in play, contingency planning, risk assessment, and smart crisis management are non-negotiable. Now, if we take a cup half full view, these stars can be catalysts for profound transformation. The pressure they bring forge immense strength and resilience. But yes, I agree, it's not pleasant. Also, who says the Tiger needs to suffer the effects of the Earth Shah? Could you be the one who managed to capitalize on the market gaps that pop out due to the Earth Shah? That's called smart thinking. Okay, so clearly the Tiger will need a lot of courage in 2026, which leads us to enter the White Tiger. Classically, this is a negative star. Okay, it's linked to, again, injuries, accidents, petty people, and yes, more gossip. Okay, but here's the nuance. White Tiger is fierce, aggressive, and volatile. it has a lot of excess energy. Basically, you've got so much energy, you don't know what to do with yourself. Okay, raw power has a lot of impatience. This is the kind of energy that can be triggered into extreme action during conflicts and arguments. Now, on the plus side, White Tiger is also a star of courage and determination, much like the Sky Warrior. So if the Sky Warrior is about having the courage to stand your ground, White Tiger gives you the warrior spirit to smash through massive obstacles. It's great for decisive action. So the key for 2026, okay, we are threading the fine line between strategic action and reckless action. In business, we can use the White Tiger's momentum to push through high-impact projects over the finish line, but always keep contingency budgets and backup plans. Okay. In career moves, it's perfect for decisive leaps, like switching roles or launching something bold. Just make sure that you've got a safe landing pad. In negotiations, channel the intensity into firm, confident positioning without letting emotions hijack the deal. Now, these four together, the accident potential in 2026 runs pretty high, okay? So number one, no high-risk activities, please, okay? And number two, keep a contingency budget for urgent repairs, okay? Surprise medical bills or even hiring someone to remove roadblocks. And number three, make sure your insurance is up to date. In other words, pay attention to the details when you are charged up with energy, because many of these setbacks may be caused by the flying chase. Conventional take, this star highlights the risk of injuries or accidents caused by flying or falling objects. So not only do you need to scan your surroundings, you got to look up as well, okay? Okay, and no parking under a coconut tree, hello, right? So in other manifestation, carelessness, sheer carelessness, a lack of attention to details, and with the energy of the White Tiger, the Sky Warrior, the Tiger might just think, details be damned, let's just go. Okay, so this star, flying chase, could be the root cause behind half of the challenges on the board. A careless slip in relationship, you get the red chamber problem with the back poking, okay, and maybe some Sky Warrior drama. Okay, with the great Sha and Earth Sha, carelessness leaves you vulnerable. So when other people block your plans or external forces hit you out of nowhere, the danger is exacerbated. Small solvable problems balloon into full-blown crisis because safeguards and contingencies were not in place. So if resolving the carelessness can lower the risk of the other issues, then we have the upcoming solution. Okay, Academy. This is an intelligent star that grants access to data, sharpens analytical minds, and fuels research and deep study. In plain English, gather your intel before making hasty decisions. So in a year with so many moving parts, Academy is like your pressure valve. The more pressure you're under, the more you need to buy time to get the information you need to make an informed decision instead of reacting blindly. So you use it like this, okay? Number one, in business, research new markets, suppliers, partners thoroughly before you commit. Number two, in career, study industry trends or company policies or company politics before making a big move. Number three, in investments, lean on the due diligence because Academy brings you information. Okay, don't just jump on every hot tip that comes your way. Okay, but here's the trap. Academy can lull you into confirmation bias. You're only looking at data that supports what you already want to believe. We all suffer from that, okay? And we conveniently ignore the rest. And in 2026, that means walking straight into the Great Sha, the Earth Sha, and the Flying Chase territory, because you have already unconsciously filtered out the red flags. So make sure your research covers all angles, especially the uncomfortable ones. And finally, heavenly horse. Now, like the sky horse, this is a traveling wealth star, but with more nuance, okay? So this is a heavenly horse is also a vehicle for reaching new and emerging markets. Paired with the academy, it's a powerful setup for researching new markets, new trends, new careers, new opportunities, okay? But heavenly horse is more than just a vehicle. It represents your imagination and your mental flexibility. Think about it. Aren't we all limited by the limits of our imagination? So in 2026, the tigers who can reframe a crisis as a pivot point, who can reimagine obstacles as new markets or models, will avoid stagnation and come out ahead. Without this flexibility, you may get stuck replaying the same recurring issues, okay, that this sky warrior keeps pushing out. So the heavenly horse is literally inviting you to look beyond surface challenges and search for the opportunities hidden inside. So while you are navigating a potential crisis, pause and ask yourself, what's the opportunity here? How far can I take this? What am I not seeing? Okay, that's how you ride the heavenly horse all the way to a bigger game. Okay, now let's circle back to where we started, 3 harmony. Now, as I've said before, okay, it's neutral. The wrong alliances amplify problems. The right alliances and partners can deliver solutions that save the day. So in 2026, please be strategic, even cunning about how you leverage other people. And remember, this way of explaining the stars is just one possible permutation, okay? The Tiger's 2026 experience may be triggered by any of these stars, depending on your own chart and your circumstances. It also depends on your day master. For example, a Sin Metal day master may be more vulnerable to business disruptions from external circumstances because the Tiger carries your direct wealth star. On the other hand, a Ting Fire day master may be more vulnerable to reputation damage because inside the Tiger is your resource star. So now it's impossible for me to stand here and talk about all 10 day masters. We'll be here all day. What do you mean you're willing to listen to me all day? So if you are, okay, let me give you an invitation. Okay, every year my 2 friends, Charmaine Ho and Jonas Lee, and I we run a workshop called Hack My 2026. It's a workshop, okay, we're not teaching metaphysics, okay, but it's a 3-day online program, 3 half days actually, 3 half-day program where we help you pull the information out of your BaZi, Qimeng, and Feng Shui charts so that you can put a comprehensive plan together. Okay, so full disclosure, this Hack My 2026 is business and career focused. Okay, come ready for a fire hose of information, and also, right, replay is available for 90 days. So if you're interested, you can either scan the QR code or the link is in my description. Okay, now let's get back to our breakdown or throwdown of the Tiger. So year pillar, it governs your public sphere, your reputation, your social circles, the industries you operate in. Here, the 3 harmony is a huge advantage. Actively seek alliances in 2026. Collective effort will take you further than going solo. With the heavenly horse, okay, expect movement in your industry, new trends, technological shifts, emerging markets. Keep your radar on, okay? But don't just move for the sake of moving, right? Gather your data, have contingencies in place for unexpected challenges, and above all, manage your reputation. Guard your relationships to avoid giving people the wrong impression. Sure, what others think of you is ultimately beyond your control, and frankly, not always your problem. But if you're worried about trolls, because social media lives here too, then the solution is simple. You just post food photos for the entire year, okay? If you're single and manifesting, A red chamber and heavenly horse can mean a potential for short flings. After that, up to you how you want to maintain. Okay. Now, the month pillar governs your professional life and business operations. So in 2026, many of the negative stars here are people related. Okay, the great Shah is people blocking your progress, back poking, people gossiping instead of working. Earth Shah, people guarding their turf, flying Chaste, sheer carelessness. So if you're a business owner, flip the Earth Shah to your advantage. Shake things up, reorg, reshuffle, break up the cliques, remove operational bottlenecks. You know which one I'm talking about. Then use the Tree Harmony and Academy to bring in new and qualified people. But here's the truth most business owners already know, but always try to avoid. If you hire fresh talent while the old bottlenecks are still in place, there's very little impact that the new talents can make, isn't it? Okay, so for career professionals, Academy is great for certification and upskilling. Okay, but be aware the Great Shah can also bring organizational shakeups. So to protect yourself, use the Tree Harmony again. Volunteer for cross-company or interdepartmental projects. With the Heavenly Horse, even better if you can slot yourself into a turnkey project. And for Pete's sake, okay, don't get pulled into the gossip, the rivalries, the office politics. So the day pillar governs your personal well-being and your most intimate relationships. So first, with all these Shahs, please be alert for the potential risk to your own and your partner's physical safety. And yes, that includes health. Maintain your practices, okay? Because the same energy can also indicate a bit vulnerable in terms of the immune system, okay? Especially if you're a weekday master. Secondly, if you're partnered, watch out for back poking. That's other people's opinions about your relationships. All the nudge, nudge, wing, wing, poke, poke, poke. Shut it down. Don't need anyone planting negative seeds in your relationship, making you all sus and paranoid. Okay, so be transparent and upfront with your partner. Okay, and be mindful of how you interact with friends of the opposite gender. I know they're just a friend, I know. But with the red chamber in the mix, the potential for misunderstandings can be high. Okay, instead, use the Heavenly Horse to create new experiences as a couple, not just any old holiday. Go for a purpose-built tour that broadens both your perspectives and mind. Same goes for single tigers who aren't looking for a relationship. Create new experiences for yourself. Just maybe skip the skydiving. Okay, so if you're single and still manifesting, new relationships usually need the peach blossom star on the year pillar. But with the red chamber here, you might find an old friendship potentially turning into a situationship. Okay, up to you if you want it, up to you. Okay, now the hour pillar governs long-term vision, legacy, mindset, children, staff, and investment. So whichever it is in this one, watch out for getting caught in the herd mentality, that psychological pull to do what others are doing just because we assume that it is correct. Everybody do, I also do. Are we human or are we lemmings, right? So that's the Tree Harmony at its laziest setting. Everybody do that, I also do lah. Okay, so set up guardrails, please, against confirmation bias, only looking for information that agrees with what you already want to believe. Heavenly Horse is pushing you to gain new perspectives. Okay, it's giving you new information. So as I've said earlier, we are all limited by the limits of our imagination. All right, if you believe that you cannot, that your level is mid-management, then your mind will not let you even see opportunities to go beyond that. Okay, so for staff, if the group think is working in your favor, fine, leave it alone. But if it's creating problems, act fast. Okay, 3 harmony amplifies groupthink. Also, you may see some higher absenteeism. Okay, so have backups ready to keep your productivity moving. For children, watch out for signs that they are falling for peer pressure. Okay, and teach them how to handle it. So, if a workshop isn't your cup of tea and you'd rather have something more personalized, here's how we can work together. You can book a BaZi consult. Okay, so this is a 90-minute session. We meet on Zoom, and this is basically a done-for-you session. So instead of sitting through three half days of workshop, then you meet me for 90 minutes. I just give you the plan. And okay, so I'm a solo practitioner. I just need you to let you know. I haven't figured out how to clone myself yet. So during peak season, sometimes I will block my booking page so that I don't have people paying and waiting for a long time. Okay. Next is the feng shui audits. I do offer that. Just FYI, again, in January and February, usually I am honoring my BaZi clients. So usually during those months, I don't accept new feng shui clients. And finally, if you have always been interested in learning about BaZi, BaZi Blueprint is a course designed to train other consultants or other practitioners as well. So right now, I've got a promo running. When you check out, okay, this is at the point of checkout, you just key in Crazy Horse. That's CrazeeHorse, one word, and you would find that the first 50 to claim it will enjoy a great discount. All right, now let's check in on your buddies for 2026. Number 1, where's the pig? The pig. Okay, rolling in nobleman stars and multiple opportunities. Better yet, okay, they're in a giving mood. So if you need assistance, you hit them up, okay? The horse is the boss of the year. All right, they're a bit busy, self-sabotaging, but if you show up with assistance, information, fresh perspective, they would probably appreciate it a lot. And the dog, big presence, sharp strategic thinking in 2026, slightly diva-ish, okay, but that's fine. So you stroke the ego, let them shine, and then they'll help you out. Okay, and that's a wrap for the tiger. If you listen, you've got plenty of courage in 2026. Use it well. Use it to confront new perspectives, new possibilities, and bigger opportunities. And with that, let me wish you 恭喜發財，虎虎生威. May you exude the might of a tiger and win the entire game. I'm Pauline Cheng. Thank you for trusting me to guide you through this journey. You got questions, drop them in the comments. Okay, and if you've enjoyed this sharing, you smash that like and subscribe button like you mean it. And when you're ready to go deeper, well, you know where to find me. Have a great day ahead.